Hey, Mark Shepard, Cowabunga.com, and today I want to talk a little bit about your path with heart, your vision for your life, what Jason Capital calls your massive throbbing vision. And I love that language because it needs to be so alive to you. It needs to be so pulsing and radiant and attractive and magnetic. This thing that every day you wake up and you think, fuck, that's what I'm going to do today. That's where I'm going. To have in your mind that end point. And the question is, a lot of guys are like, well, I don't really know what I want. Well, that's beautiful because there's a step-by-step process. There's a growth that happens, right? And I want to illustrate it too. And I've talked about this for years, but you have a goal up here that is your massive throbbing vision. I just love that term, right? For me, it was basically songs out to world in a massive way, right? Okay, and I started out in 1976 with that vision, and it seemed like everything in the world was designed to stop me, right? And so like I started out down here, little Marky wanting to play guitar, and my goal was to get my music out into the world. And I set out in that direction, but then life kind of sent me this way, right? I had a family. I had to figure out how to make money, right? So that seemed like it was taking me away from my path. But because I had a family, it caused me to work on myself and learn things I had to do. So I started a business. I started a title insurance business, which was totally not me, but I went there, right? And it seemed like it was taking me farther away from my path. And the title insurance business, I did that for a while, and then I realized, you know what? This is killing me. My health was going downhill. My health was bad, right? Was not working. So that took me in this direction, healer, to learn healing, right? And then that took me over here. At one point, everything fell apart, and I had to learn how to make money as a kid performer, right? Kid shows, right? But I was doing music, so I'm literally, this takes me away. And then the kid shows, I had to develop being a storyteller because nobody seemed to want my music, right? And so that seemed like it was taking me away. So then a storyteller led me to becoming a speaker. And then that led me to NLP and hypnosis. But then trying to build a practice, that was frustrating, and I had to learn how to build, I had to learn about business, right? And then, so that took me in different directions. And I was shy and divorced, so that caused me to learn how to overcome my shyness and date, right? And then I got married a second time, and that almost killed me. More divorce, right? But all along, I'm writing songs. So the journey is often like this, and sometimes it seems like it takes you back. Sometimes around. Sometimes you're like back at the beginning. And all of these different side tracks, by holding my goal, I want to get my songs out into the world, in my mind, gave me the courage to just keep trying, gave me the courage. And sometimes I gave up. Sometimes I wanted to just give up, right? But I kept going, and ultimately that's your path as a man, is to never take no. And then eventually you kind of dial in on where you want to go. And literally just this week, a group of orphans in the Ukraine recorded my song Together We Could Change the World, which kind of adds them to the Girl Scouts of the Philippines, who are singing my song almost every day, which adds to the almost 400,000 views of one video of Riley O'Neill singing Together We Could Change the World, not to mention like 10 other videos with, anywhere from 1,000 to 30,000 to 50,000 views. So ultimately, and am I making money from that? No, right? So I'm still not there. However, in the process of this whole process is what I call Cowabunga. this is the process of literally taking whatever life gives you. The old, cliche is, when life gives you lemons, make lemonades. And you know what? That's fucking good advice. Whatever fucking happens in your life, take the intensity of it, and you have to turn it around and upside down and maybe inside out to find a way that it serves you. And ultimately, I work with men who are highly intelligent, highly imaginative. Some of them are highly anxious because of that. And that anxiety is stopping them from their greatness. So step one with Cowabunga, if you have anxiety, if you have fear, if you can't approach a woman and say hi, if you can't sit down and have an interesting conversation with someone because you are anxious, or you can't do the thing you want to do in life because you have anxiety or agoraphobia or performance anxiety or whatever it is, that's like step one. You have to handle that down here before you can get to the goal, to the massive throbbing vision of your life. But ultimately, the massive throbbing vision of any man's life is to be ultimately the best man that you can be. And in our culture, unfortunately, no one teaches us how to be men. We are generations now of men raised by single moms. We are a generation now of men who literally have been hypnotized according to what a lot of the dating coaches call the feminist agenda, where whatever women want is okay, but whatever we want, oh, it's not good. We shouldn't do that. We should do what the women want. Fuck that. That's not actually what women want. It's what women say they want, but deep below that is a woman who wants a man to lead, who wants a man who's on his path, on his vision. And so I just want to really, really support you today in that idea that wherever you are on your path, it's perfect. Whatever's happening in your life today is perfect. It's giving you all the resources, all the tools, all the triggers, all the impetus, the inspiration, the frustration, the anger even, that's going to get you to actually stop doing the problem in your life and start looking for a solution. So that's it for today. Cowabunga.com. Mark Shepard. Subscribe to this channel. There's more coming. There's good stuff coming. You deserve it. So do it. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Mark Shepard, Cowabunga.com.